What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So we're trying a thing just to save time. I'm going to film this from my car, and if you move then I'm just going to correct you and pretend it never happened. I don't know if it's going to work out. But anyway, in this video, what you're going to see today is part 2 to my visit to Elevate Cayman, which is a 3D body scanner. So it's really good if you've got weight loss goals or muscle building goals, to go and get your body composition checked. Remember, if you live in Cayman and you want to take Scott up on his offer, just quote code Emma15 and you'll get 15% off, which is a pretty good saving. Okay, cool. I've got a straight line now, so it should be fine. Also in this video I have 2 sweet treats. I feel like I'm always doing sweet food because that's what I miss. I miss sugar. But I do a Hulk pancake, which if you follow Laura Lee Chapadeau, if you know who she is, she's pretty big thing in the bikini bodybuilding world. It's her version. It's actually a pancake with spinach in it, but it's again sweet, so you don't taste the spinach. And then an oatmeal cookie, which is an oatmeal protein cookie. So yeah, so next vlog I'll be up to date, and then I'm going to take you through my plans for the future and when I'm doing my next show and things like that. But for now, enjoy this video and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, Scotty.
All right, so here's our results. So we had a chat over the last 5 weeks. You mentioned you're trying to lean your waist out a little bit, yeah? But
yeah,
you haven't gone too crazy in your changes because you've pushed your start date back.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at some of the results here. We've got the two up against each other. The first one I've got is your measurements, so, and also the silhouette. So the first thing you can look at is just the actual photo and the difference, and we're going to take it around. Your arms are in slightly different position, which will just limit our side profile here, but straight away you can kind of see, I think, the waist changes. You can also see a little bit more development in the back and shoulder. And if we have a look at the back here, definitely see that the waist is a lot has come in, which is what you're after. But let's have a look at the actual measurements. You've also got some kind of growth going on here, isn't it? It's just the bikini. Let's get you back to the start. Let's have a look through some of these measurements. So neck, similar movements, not much has changed here. The chest measurements come down slightly. Our arm, let's have a look at our arm. Come down a little bit as well on the left, and going up a little bit on the right. The waist, these three are the ones we were after. So 26.5 down to 25.5, so the narrow parts come in a little. There's your belly button ones come in even more, which is perfect. So all 3 waist measurements have come down. The interesting one here is the hip. This one stays the same, and this one gets a little bit bigger. So growing the ass and bringing down the waist, which is awesome numbers.
Good, improving those ratios.
Thigh looks the same on the right, and it's gained on the left. So you're potentially fixing a few little imbalances as well, which is absolutely paramount for your shows. So it looks like all these numbers are coming in much closer than they were. Left and right for your symmetry. Waist is coming in, and glutes are going out. Now let's go and have a look at some of these other guys. All right, and then so some of the other numbers. So intriguingly, the body fat percentage has stayed the same. So we were at 25.8, we're at 26. Lean mass has basically stayed the same as well at 70.5 as well. Bone mass stays the same. Let's have a look at the fat mass. I did not have a look there. you've come down. So this is a lovely number. So that's come down a cup, just under half a pound there. But the main number I was looking at here is the visceral, 0.8 down to 0.6. So that's the important one there as well. So really good numbers. So overall across the board.
Just explain what visceral fat is.
We're talking about fatty deposits throughout like your organs. So that's obviously a big thing when it comes to heart disease and as we get a little bit older.
We want that to be as low as possible.
So those kind of organ fatty deposits, that's coming down. Anything under a pound is awesome, and you've gone from 0.8 to 0.6.
Okie dokie, so here is the Hulk pancake. So I'm going to make this with egg whites. I think I use about 150 grams of egg whites here, and then about 10 to 15 grams of protein powder, and that is just to give it a little bit of taste, a little bit of sweetness. And then I use stevia drops, as you just saw. And then this is the spinach. Just cram as much spinach in as you can. I feel like this is a good one for your kids if you've got kids. It's a sneaky way to get those greens in, but probably I'm not qualified to give parental advice. Then you're going to put it on the stove and then just treat it like you would any pancake. When it starts to bubble on top is where you want to try and turn it over. The bigger the pancake, the more difficult it is. I just flip it in half and then it cooks the middle like that. So this is what it looks like. Burnt, obviously, I burn everything. And then fruit on top, again for a little bit of sweetness. And then today I used this Cool Whip. I don't always have this, and I've never got it in my plan, but you know, flavor with cinnamon. And then this is the Walden Farms calorie free, allegedly, and that's it. That's the Hulk pancake. Next one is the protein cookie. So I'm going to use rolled oats. I really like this particular brand. I can't remember how many I used, maybe like 40 grams. And then a full serving, I believe. So 30 grams of protein powder, a little bit of baking powder. You need that so it rises. A little bit of salt. What's that? My stevia drops again. I live by these. Really easy to digest as well because there's no bulking agents. And then popped an egg in there, so it's a little bit of fat as well, and you've got a little bit of fat in the oats. So this is a high carb, high protein and moderate fat, so it's quite a good pre-workout, I would say. It's going to keep you full and fueled through your workout. Some fruit, and then you just pop it all into the air fryer. I put it in for 8 minutes, and then I flip it over and put it in for another 8 minutes, and then it cooks quite nicely, very easily. So yeah, super simple in the air fryer. Love my air fryer. And then that is it.